Orianna combo with potentially Rakan, Wild Growth, Polymorph, all the slows, the shields as well, if you don't get through that initial burst, it's gonna suck.
I'm just gonna say, there's only one target for Rich Gang right here.
Like, if you start going in with the Nocturne Orianna and going like 1 for none or 1 for 1 and not getting enough value there, the extended fights are going to get very tricky. And remember about that flash being down. It's not even with the level 6, it's just jumping on forwards. Nemesis waiting for the force to fall on the Dark Sphere, and the kill goes the way of Velia, just out of range of the turret afterwards. And as the punish we were talking about, Dehaste down for first blood.
It's going to be a dragon to Los Ratones.
I mean, you were literally saying that the Nocturne Orianna combo needs to work. We need to see value from it. The first ultimate leads to not even a flash blown. It's just a flag and drag. You need to be getting more value from that, and that is not a good sign for Rich Gang, as another early dragon's going to go with the way of Los Ratones. They've already started to get significant advantages in those side lanes as we've been talking about. Sure,
he's going to commit, and you can see the mentality behind Los Ratones is they're not going to fully commit to contesting this. Crowny actually ran bot side, but Velia might have something to say to Ozhan. No ulti available for the Nocturne.
Yeah, could get a bit interesting. Again, the Paranoia is down. Reckless is here as well with that wild growth you called out a little while earlier as well. So even if you do go in, just press the R button, become a little bit bigger for a little while, and it becomes a lot hard to kill you. So those grubs will get traded to Los Ratones, and that's a second early game objective. They've gotten that first kill. They need a couple more of those, but this second objective towards the feat of strength marker, it's another strong early game that isn't scrappy, it's disciplined, which I think is the term we wanted to use. Again, for all the farm numbers have always been good, plays have often been a little bit back and forth as Ozhan. Oh no.
No flash.
No Paranoia, he's just dead. The characters are there and it is just a leash. Clean. These early games, 2 games in a row, have been clean, have been disciplined, and Rich Gang have not managed to find any counter punches at all. They've been barely able to find something in the way of kills. At the moment I say it, Velia enters a bit of 1v3, is about to get Paranoia. Como's coming on over. I apologise, Velia. That's what we call a caster curse, folks.
Yeah, Nocturne mobility and Ambessa mobility. You find the dive with the first item on Eclipse on the Ambessa, who can now look to take better trades as well into the volley bearers. Rich Gang, they're going to look towards topside.
Oh, Baus going to chunk out well onto Matix. Ozhan coming on over, has got 8 seconds on that Paranoia. Matix will eat a lot of damage before getting that. Another Sky Splitter comes on down. Matix is really afraid! They tried to wait on the Paranoia, and he just steps too far forward. He's going to try and reset out. He's got a 3-level advantage here, also. I don't know how easy this will be. Will ult through the shockwave, and the Stormbringer comes on down, trying to turn it around, as he's got a Sky Splitter. The damage back is foul. Sure, you've got a Conqueror.
Rich Gang, they tried to go onto the Lulu, but aren't going to find anything. A punish onto Ozhan as he enters his weak side, maybe.
Oh, man. Force of will. Ult! And an execute.
Elastic.
That's another kill going on over. Los Ratones punish as he tries to get into the bot side jungle. It just goes from bad to worst. Sure, you got an ult and a heal off Reckless, but that really is the smallest of silver linings.
Yeah, Alaric gonna flash engage,
Hang
though.
on. They've got the decent exhaust down and get the flash in the barrier. There's no on the hunt quite yet because he's trying to run for his life. The last auto!
No.
Flash for the burst fire. TP behind. In comes Syndra. Alaric now potentially in danger. So is Kevo, who can maybe look to try and skate around here as Reckless also low. Flag, drag, knocked out of his E. No chance to get over the wall, and they will turn this one around. Nemesis donated another kill, and Rich Gang finally engaged, but it doesn't come for free.
I think Bowser's showing another level in terms of the 1v1.
Like he's had to go towards Executioner's calling, just try and manage it. Here comes the Paranoia, the Knockwave combo. That is nice. The moment we speak well about him, though, Baus ends up blasted by that mid-jungle duo finding their way towards the top lane.
First tower, when he be approached to by Los Ratones here. With the 2 gruff to 1 advantage, this will be Nemesis hitting this tower and taking it first.
Will indeed be there with the additional grubs. Reckless also around, so that turret goes on down. They've already claimed feat of strength with the objectives and the kills going their way, so the strongest feat in existence. Lots of gym training.
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course. Yeah, that's usually you almost always see it with First Blood Tower. You don't usually see it with all the objectives on one team and purely kills. That caught me off guard right there. I get the feeling that Bowsy's not going to respect and that he's just going to hit towers anyway.
What on earth would give that away? You know, there's no historical precedent for Baus playing aggressively or over-aggressively in a side lane. Never been known to die for a wave.
And now we're looking for the Nocturne Ori combo. Can we one-shot Nemesis in side lane here? That's the question.
Look for the Knockwave combo. Oh, the Luden's proc is good, but there's a Wild Growth behind, trying to scatter the weak after having already unleashed the power. A lot of balls go scattering forwards. Force will available. Flag, drag. And I think Ozan is going to be picked up by Reckless. Now trying to run after D-Haste, who does get his bit of a speed up there with the command Dissonance. Over the wall goes Alaric with the battle dance, but Crownie now coming on forwards. Flag drag the quickness back. Kevo will turn into lightning crash to Bison Valley, but Crownie throwing out a large pizza, the delivery, looking a little bit aggressive. And I don't know where the Rich Gang Dragon started. This is another early soul point from Los Ratones.
It is like 2 games in a row of extremely early dragon stacking, but Rift Arrow placed mid. That could buy them time, but an EQ flash.
Oh, it's onto Kevo. The exhaust means nothing. They've blown up the Zeri. The gold leader has gone for Rich Gang. Now Ozan is dead as well. They tried to herald in mid lane, and Los Ratones go, no, you can't. They get to, they turn back towards the dragon, and they get the best of both worlds.
And I thought Kevo might flash the EQ from Jarvan right there. The dragon flag isn't going to be flashed in Kevo. He just gets completely popped. I mean, it's a kill on line push again. I feel like we're just seeing the exact same game where solo laners are winning, and it looks like they completely agree. Bao's gonna shift from top push to mid as Kevo burns his ulti.
Lightning Crash comes on down, and on the hunt to trade back out and away. That's Velia, though, a little bit split off from the squad. Does he get a shockwave, but there's a wild growth to keep him safe, and they just turn it around. The power's unleashed, and Crownie with a ricochet of pizza brings down Ozan, who's just feeling a little bit too full after all of that food.
Yeah, 0-5 now on the Nocturne. The dives really aren't working out too well. The laser's going to be eaten by the spell shield, and that's going to be mid-tower as Nemesis threatens the flank.
Oh, he gets cut the side of Alaric and Kevo mid-quickness. Oh. They will turn off the turret after. It's disaster into disaster. Kevo over the wall will throw an Ultra Shock laser. Another double scatter of the week.
God.
Nemesis hits the absolute max value on scatter those fights.
I mean, Nemesis and Velia have been demons, but then you throw in Crownie with the boomerangs, and now Baus is going to finish off Kevo with the Protobelt. It is brutal. Yeah.
Here's another really good one for you. Vitrify. To turn to glass and dust. There is nothing left. It is brutalist.
I think that's appropriate. That is definitely appropriate as the gauge comes through.
I don't really know whether that's an engage or maybe a really quick journey over the cliff Lemming style. It is, in fact, a journey over the cliff Lemming style. As Crownie says, here, let me shove you over a little bit further. Baus now on a flank. Alaric's about to realize, oh no, there's a really angry bear here.
Flash to Haste.
Haste is trapped inside the cataclysm. Baus can't actually get involved. And so it doesn't get the assist, but the kill still goes down. Cataclysm keeps that robot woman.
Nice, but it looks really, really painful there, although that might be the ultimate. But that's a tier 2. Matix is looking for a potential engage.
Flash, quickness, does get the backside. Crownie now in danger to get a bit of a shield there with the barrier. Now Velia coming on over. They polymorph Matix, the Ambessa, as the body rabbit gets nothing down and Crownie gets a double.
Matix tries, and on the 1.5 items, in some sort of way, we couldn't quite see on the left-hand side what happened, but Haste has no flash in this regard as well, and its entire time.
Reckless, he's got barrier to work with and just murders them all. They're finding another stun. Alaric needs to get away from that force of will. These splinters of wrath have long been collected by Nemesis, so he's got executes and fake AP death caps, courtesy of that pass, and now Ozan's going to throw it off the lights, and unfortunately the paranoia really was justified. They are out to get you. They'll teleport in and de-haste. Oh boy, that TP. Yeah, you guessed it, it sucked. The Cataclysm comes on now. Flag drag across onto Alaric. Kevo is split off from the team, and he is swiftly brought low as well. Velia gets that one on the killing spree. Flash out of the sky spinner for the rocket belt after. You can't run away from this volley bear. As Baus picks up another. Los Ratones, it's 25 minutes on the clock and the inhibitors are falling.
That's, yeah, it looks like it's going to be wrapped up in under 27 minutes, 26:30, thereabouts, if LR choose to end the game right now. Alaric's not going to be able to do anything. He's going to watch the Nexus explode. That is a... What are these 2 games, Sam? This has been so brutal.
Welcome to the clinic, folks. It is absolutely disciplined. It is absolutely clinical.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.